Well, a few weeks ago, before the era of coronavirus and social distancing, some kids in Alabama got together to talk trash. Literally. They were talking about garbage, of course. Jerry Hayes shows us how a 5-year-old boy's annual trash truck party all came together.
When it comes to garbage...
And recycles, what color trash can, Samuel?
Blue.
And then the trash is what color?
Green.
Yep.
5-year-old Samuel Miller loves the trucks.
It started really before he was walking. He just became fascinated with throwing trash away in the trash can for myself and his daddy.
And he's made a new friend.
Mr. Jerry.
The sanitation worker who runs the route picking up recyclables every other Monday.
And he comes every Friday
To collect the garbage in Samuel's neighborhood. He listens for Mr. Jerry's truck.
Run to a window and watch it.
Some days,
Kind of like the claw gun. Up and then down. Up and then down.
that's not enough.
When the weather's good, they'll follow it.
Yep, Samuel and his mom jump in the family golf cart and follow Jerry's garbage truck.
Yeah, at first I thought, did I forget the can or something? But then when I realized what they were doing, it is cool.
This is even cooler.
And so this is his third year where he's had a trash truck party.
For Samuel's birthday,
So I contacted the sanitation department's director and told him I had a unique request and thought it would be a really cool idea if they could bring a trash truck to his party.
they did, along with a surprise guest.
The trashman came.
Mr. Jerry was there.
And he was real excited about when he saw the truck.
Samuel got to climb up into the cab,
Yeah, I set him up in his seat.
which was probably his favorite gift of the day.
I think all the kids enjoyed it. We took a garbage can and raised it up and down a few times to show him how it dumps and blew the horn for him and just made him happy.
It's hard to tell who was happier, Samuel and his friends or Jerry and the sanitation crew.
I mean, I felt proud that they asked us to come.
A birthday to remember. It's no surprise what Samuel wants to be when he's older.
A trash man.
Really?
I don't know if he'll be a garbage man when he grows up, but right now he is.
Jerry gave him a toy side loader like the one he drives.
He's got his own trucks, his own garbage cans, and everything.
In fact, he could start his own sanitation department.
Oh, he probably has close to 50.
Enough to fill a 5-year-old's closet.